Okay, so big news in the world of rock music. It's been announced that the original members of Black Sabbath will reunite in Birmingham for one last show on Saturday, the 5th of July, 2025. I wasn't expecting this at all. I don't think anyone was really expecting this at all. This came at a complete surprise. I actually found out about this on Discord. Someone had posted the advert, and I thought it was a it was a fan creation, like a make believe what if poster. I didn't think it was actually real until I then looked on Instagram, and there it was. And I mean, someone I follow had been like reposted like 10 times. They were so excited about it. I mean, if I just get the other, this is what it says. It says back to the beginning. Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, Ozzy Osbourne, Bill Ward, them being the original founding members of Black Sabbath. The final show, Saturday, 5th of July, Villa Park, Birmingham. Performances from Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, Slayer, Pantera, Gojira, Alice in Chains, Hailstorm, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but. And then additional performances from Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins, David Draiman from Disturbed, Duff McKagan, Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, Lizzie Hale, Jakey Lee. Obviously, as you may know, Jakey Lee was involved in a shooting in LA. Was it LA or Las Vegas? One of them, one of them. I forget where. Somewhere in America, that part of America, a couple of months ago. And obviously, it's great to know that he's doing all right and he's gonna get playing again. So that's great news. Jonathan Davis from Korn, KK Downing, founding member of Judas Priest, Mike Bordin from Faith No More, Papa V. Petra from Sorry if I'm butchering these names. I just don't know these people. Rudy Sarzo from Quiet Riot and Ozzy's band back in the 80s. Sammy Hagar, Slash, Sleep Token 2, Tom Morello, and Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen's son. So this is quite a big deal. This is quite an event. I mean, it's not every day that something like this, apart from football, goes on at a place like Villa Park in Birmingham. But yeah, this came completely out of the blue. No one, including me particularly, no one was expecting that this was going to happen. I know Ozzy has been saying in the past year that I'd really want to do it. Saying that even if he had to crawl on stage, he would do it. He would perform again. And no one would think that the original members of Sabbath would get together again, including Bill Ward on drums. No one was expecting that. And I mean, of course, you had the farewell tours of 2016 and 2017, where we thought, that was it. There was not going to be any more. It was done for, end of. But obviously, they feel like they can give it one final shot. But obviously, that in mind, obviously, we all know of Ozzy's health problems with his Parkinson's, the Park 2 gene, or whatever it's called, that he has, and obviously Bill's declining health over the years. It basically got me thinking all afternoon and evening, how good will it be? You know, I mean, we all know what the set's going to be. It's pretty much the material is pretty much going to be just songs, all the well-known songs from the first 3 or 4 albums. So the self-titled debut, Paranoid, Master of Reality, songs like Paranoid, War Pigs, Children of the Grave, Iron Man, Black Sabbath, things like that. The songs that they've played numerous times that we all know off by heart, basically. And so that's kind of to be expected. And with Ozzy's health conditions, him, the Park 2 and having to walk with a cane and everything, how well is he gonna be on stage? I mean, is it gonna be like a Phil Collins situation on the final Genesis tour? I mean, is Ozzy gonna be like Phil, sat in a chair? Is he gonna be able to stand on stage for however long they're gonna play, It's all these questions that well, they're all these questions that are all coming out. Is how good is it gonna be? How long are they gonna play for? We all know what they're gonna play, but how good is it actually gonna be, And again, this is a bit me sort of nitpicking at it because I'm quite a big Sabbath fan. I've been listening to them. I've not been listening to them as of lately, but I was listening to them a lot this time 2 years ago, and I mean all periods of the band from the original lineup with Ronnie James Dio, Ian Gillan, Glenn Hughes, even Ray Gillan, Tony Martin, all the various incarnations of people fronting the band and the various musicians in the band, like Cozy Powell, Neil Murray, Jeff Nichols on keyboards, people like that, And so I'm not entirely, oh my God, this is absolutely insane, I have been a bit, you can't help but be skeptical about these things sometimes. And I think, I mean, it's great for them. Obviously, I wish them all the best for getting back and doing it one last time, but you can't help but think, and I think I'm not alone in thinking this. And it also got me thinking about how obviously last year all of the Sabbath albums from the late 80s and early to mid 90s with Tony Martin as the singer, they were all reissued last year under the Anno Domini box set. So all the albums from Headless Cross, Tear, Cross Purposes, and Forbidden, they were all finally, after many years, re-released, and some people have just been discovering this music they've probably never heard before. And it's true that that period of the band is not as well known as the classic lineup from the early to late 70s. That's just a fact that is not as well known, and that's a real shame because those albums of Tony Martin, Cozy Powell, Neil Murray, Tony Iommi, and Jeff Nichols there's some really good stuff on on those albums. There's some really, really great material. And obviously there was loads of talk about, there was discussion online about wouldn't it be great if Tony Martin and Tony Iommi got back together and well they did for a series of interviews, but wouldn't it be great if they got back together and went back on the road and did a couple of shows to, celebrate the release of this new box set of the old reissued material. And I'd definitely think I'd definitely love to see that happen because again, like I said, great material and it deserves to be played and deserves to be known by some so-called Sabbath fans. And again, going back to this whole reunion one last show thing, it got me thinking, because it's the original lineup, this thing is gonna, people are going nuts and they're gonna play all the well-known songs that they've heard a million times, but they want to hear a million times more. It's gonna sell out and it's the place is gonna be packed and whatnot. I can bet you that if it was announced that Tony Iommi, Tony Martin, Neil Murray, and say Bobby Rondinelli or someone like that, because obviously Cozy Powell's passed away. If they got back together, there, I can bet you there wouldn't be as much hype as there is for this thing. That's just a fact. It's just it's pretty obvious that there wouldn't be. I'd go nuts. I'd get a ticket instantly. I said, yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna see this. But with this, at this point in time, I'm on the fence about it. I really am. And like I said, it's great. I wish them all the best that they're getting back together. But mm, do you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm thinking? And obviously, it's been announced that in this advert that the money that's raised from ticket sales and whatnot is going to go to a good cause. It's going to go to charities. It's going to go to Parkinson's research to fund and help cure Parkinson's, and it's going to go to various children's hospitals and hospice and care around Birmingham and places like that. And sorry. And so at least they're not just. At least Sharon's not just stashing the money away for herself. It is the money raised from these tickets. This thing is going to go nuts. I mean, the tickets go on sale on the 14th of February. It's guaranteed that they're going to sell out instantly. Everyone's going to go nuts, and it's also it's also expected that these tickets are going to be extremely high priced as well, like like double feet, like triple figures, even quadruple figures, maybe for some. Um, but hey, this is still very early days. I mean, it was only just announced in the past 24 hours, so they may not have even been. They may not have even started rehearsals yet. I mean that's probably not going to start until like a month or so. I mean, how long is it going to take for them to rehearse? That sort of thing. Um, yeah, it's all just there's so many questions in the air at the moment. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And yeah, that's just my opinion on it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.